Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Adamya Education. Today is the last live session for the 2020 maths question paper, and we are going to finish the question paper, and then we are going to move on to a new subject, and we are going to then, after finishing the various subjects for 2020, we are going to move to the other year's question paper. So today we are going to begin with question number 8. So let's see what is the question. What must be added to the polynomial 2x cubed minus 3x square minus 8x so that it leaves a remainder 10 when divided by 2x plus 1? So in this case we have been said that there is a remainder which is left after the polynomial is divided by 2x plus 1. So let's see how to solve this question. First of all, we have 2x plus 1 equals to 0. We have to find the value of x. So x will be equal to minus half. So if this value of x is placed in the polynomial, we will get the remainder as 10. So let's see how to solve it. Now we have been said that there is a certain thing, there is a certain quantity which has been added to this expression. So let k be added to the polynomial. We can consider any other variable to be the, or let k be added, that would be better. Let k be added to the polynomial. So our fx was already given as 2x cube minus 3x square minus 8x. Now if we are adding k to it, we are getting 2x cube minus 3x square minus 8x plus k. So now if this polynomial is divided by 2x plus 1, we are getting the remainder as 10. So how do we write it? F of, okay, let me take this as px. After addition, let it become px. So in place of x, I am going to put minus half, and let's see, 2 into minus half whole cube minus 3 into minus half whole square minus 8 into minus half plus k, it will give you a remainder of 10. So after putting the value of x as minus half, we can equate it to 10. So I hope it is clear till here. Now we are going to solve it and then find out the value of k. So we are getting 2 into minus 1 by 8, then 3 into 1 by 4 minus 8 into half. We can directly cancel it out. It will be 4. So plus 4 plus k is equal to 10. That means if you solve it, you are going to get minus 1 by 4 minus 3 by 4 plus 4 plus k is equal to 10. So it's simple algebraic, this is a simple linear equation sort of a thing. So we have to just simply find out the value of k in this case. So we can take the LCM of the first two terms, because they are in the form of fraction, to be 4. Then we have minus 1 minus 3 and plus, you can take this 4 to the other side directly. So it will become 6. 10 minus 4, 6. So over here you have minus 4 by 4 plus k equals to 6. So this gives you minus 1. So the value of k will be equal to 6 plus 1, that is 7. So 7 is the number or the quantity which you have to add to the polynomial in order to get 10 as the remainder when it is divided by 2x plus 1. So I hope this question is clear. So very simple one where you had to find the missing content. Next is our question related to banking. So over here we have been said that Mr. Sonu has a recurring deposit account and deposits rupees 750 every month for 2 years. If he gets rupees 19125 at the time of maturity, that means this is the maturity amount, the final amount. You have to find the rate of interest, you have to find the value of R. So let's see, this is a very easy question. So first of all, let us write whatever has been provided. Our principal is rupees 750. Our time is 2 years, that means 24 months. Always remember that since we are talking about recurring deposits, it will be considered in the form of months, not in the form of years. So don't make the mistake of taking the value as 2. You have to convert it into months first. The rate of interest is not given to us. Our maturity amount is given to us. It is rupees 19125. So let's see, we know that for finding the interest we have the formula P into n plus 1 into R divided by 2400. So let's put the values and let's get an expression for I in terms of R. So P is 750 into 24 into 25 into R divided by 2400. So we are getting 375 by 2R. So this is the value of our interest, the expression for interest. Now we are going to put this value in the equation for finding out the maturity amount, and then we are going to find out the value for R. So let's do this. We know that the maturity amount is equal to Pn plus I. So the maturity amount is given as 19125. So this will be equal to P into N, that means 750 into 24 plus I is 375 by 2 into R. So let's solve it. So we have 19125 is equal to, if you multiply 750 into 24, you are going to get 18,000. So 18,000 plus 375 by 2R. So from here you are getting, if you take 1800 to the 18000 to the other side, you will get 1125 is equal to 375 by 2R. So the value of R will be 1125 into 2 divided by 375. Okay, so now you can directly cancel it out with 3 and the value of your R comes up to 6%. So this is the rate of interest at which Mr. Sonu had kept the recurring deposit. The answer is 6%. So I hope this question is also clear to you. This was a very direct question and a very easy one too. So you just have to remember two formulas from this chapter. One is for the interest and one is for the maturity amount. These are the two formulas which you have to remember. Now let's move on to the next question. This is a question related to reflection. So over here we also have a graph. So let's do this question. So using a graph paper for this question, use a graph paper for this question. Take 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit on both the x and the y axis. So let me quickly make the axis and then we are going to solve it. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7, and on the negative side we have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Okay, since we require it only till minus 4, I have made it up to minus 4 because I don't have much space on my screen. But in your graph sheet you have to make at least 2 more values so that it looks cleaner. That's all. Similarly, I'll make it on the y-axis also. This is the origin. I'm writing it as O. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And on the negative side also, I'm going to just quickly write it. Okay, so these are my x-axis and these are my y-axis. So first of all, able to see it. Let me change the color and let me make it a little larger. Yes, minus 4 comma 0 is this point. Okay, then we have, this is A, isn't it? So I'm not writing it A, B, C and all that because it will become too much complicated and congested because the space in my screen is very small. But whenever you are plotting any point on the graph sheet, make sure that you are also naming it. Okay, so A is minus 4 comma 0, then we have B minus 3 comma 2. So minus 3 comma 2, that means over here, exactly at this point. Okay, next we have 0 comma 4, that means on the y-axis. This is the point 0 comma 4 which lies on the y-axis. Okay, then we have 4 comma 1, 4 comma 1, that means here. Okay, next we have 7 comma 3, so 7 comma 3 here. Okay, so these are our points. So this is A, then we have B. Let me just write it, otherwise you might get confused. So this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, and this is E. Okay, now what has been said, we have to reflect the points B, C, D, E on the x-axis, and we have to name it as B dash, C dash, D dash, and E dash. Okay, so I'm using green color for this so that you can understand the reflected points. So B will become B dash, that means B dash will be out here at minus 3 comma minus 2, isn't it? Yes. Now C will be at this point minus 0 comma minus 4. Now we have to also reflect D. D will be 4 comma minus 1, and E will be, our E dash will be 7 comma 3, so we will have 7 comma. So now we are going to name it A dash, B dash, this is B dash, C dash, B dash, this is C dash, this is D dash, and this is E dash. We have successfully reflected them on the x-axis. Now we have to join these points with one another, A, B, C, D, E. Let us first join A, B, C, D, E. So A, B, then B, C, then C, C, D, then D, E, then E dash, this is E dash, then D dash, C dash, B dash, and A. So we have joined it. Now what has been said? Name the closed figure formed. So there can be many names of this closed figure. First of all, let us count how many sides it has. 8, 9. So it can be termed as a nonagon, which is an a 9-sided polygon. You can also write it as a 9-sided polygon. Or since it looks like a fish or a kite, you can also write that it looks like a, you can also write that the name of the figure is a fish or a kite, but it will be better that you write either of these two. Okay, so this was the question. We have successfully completed it. Also, don't forget that you have to write number 1 in the graph, number 2 in the graph. You have to write these things in your answer sheet. Don't just do it in the graph and forget about it. Okay, so I hope this question is also clear to you. Very easy one. Now let's move on to the next question. Again, we have a graphical question. This is question number 10A. We have to find out the median, the upper quartile, and the number of students with a particular condition. So here we have to make an ogive and then do accordingly. So before making an ogive, let us quickly find out the cumulative frequencies, because for an ogive we require the cumulative frequencies. So since I don't have much space out here, I am going to write the cumulative frequencies just below the number of students. But whenever you are doing it in your copy, make sure you are making a column. So let's find out the cumulative frequencies. This will be 3, 12, then we will have 24, then we will have 33, then 37, 39 and 40. Yes, so these are our cumulative frequencies, and using it we are going to make the ogive. So let's do it. Since our meter doesn't start from 0, so we have to make a small distortion on the x-axis. See, it is not starting from 0, it is starting from 12, so we have to make a very small distortion so that our graph is correct. Alright, so here will be the small distortion. Make sure that you're making it in your graph copy or on your graph sheet. So this is the y-axis, and this is 12, 13, 14. So in our question it has been said that you have to use a scale of 2 centimeter on one axis and 2 centimeter is equal to 5 students on the other axis. But in my graph sheet I don't have much space with me, so I cannot do it accordingly. I have to use 1 centimeter for each, but in the examination you have to use it as mentioned. You cannot do it by yourself. Okay, so let us also mention the points. It's very difficult to write. Okay, let me erase it once and let me make it 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, and here we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, till 40, right? Okay, so 12 to 13 we have the cumulative frequency as 3. Also don't forget to write, and our y-axis represents the cumulative frequency, so you have to write these things. Cumulative frequency. Okay, now this interval is 13, so at 13 we are going to take the value. Okay, not at 12. So I hope this is known to you. Value as 12, it will be somewhere here. Okay, then from 14 to 15 we have the value as 24, so here. Then we have 33. Okay, then we have 37. Okay, then we have 39. And then we have 40. So this is how almost how this is your ogive. Okay, now what is our first question? Let's see. We have to find the median. Okay, so we see over here that the value of n in our question, that means the sum total of the number of students or the final cumulative frequency is 40, which is an even number. So our median will be, this is question number 1. So our median will be n by 2th term, not n by 2 only, n by 2th term. That means 40 by 2th term, which is 20th term. Okay, 20th term. That means we have to take 20 from the x-axis. From 20 we are going to draw a horizontal line to the graph, and wherever it is crossing the graph or it is touching the graph, from there we are going to draw a vertical line to the x-axis. I know that it might be a little confusing for you to remember these things. What can you do? What is the median actually? The answer of the median is, what is the median distance, not the median number of students. We always find the median as the value in the form of class interval. So if you want to find an answer on the x-axis, you have to begin with the y-axis. Or now if you want to find the answer on the y-axis, we have to begin from the x-axis. This is the thing that you have to remember. This is the concept. So let's do it properly once again. So 20th term is our median. So 20, from 20 on the y-axis, we are going to draw a horizontal line which will touch the ogive, and at the point where it will touch the ogive, from that point we are going to draw a vertical line which will touch the x-axis now. So this particular point where the line is joining the x-axis, that is your median. So as much as I can understand, the answer will be 14.6 or 14.7. This will be the value of the median. So let me write it. It will be 14.7. You have to write from graph. You have to write this thing in the bracket. So I hope this is clear. And also do one thing, mention at capital M. That is, it is the median. Please do mention these things. Also make an arrow as such from where we have started and where we have stopped, just in order to show the direction of your drawing the lines. So this is the answer to the first question. We have found out the median. Now we are going to find out the upper quartile. So let's do it. The upper quartile will also lie on the x-axis. Okay, the median, the upper quartile, the lower quartile, all these will lie on the x-axis. But if there is a question related to the number of students, obviously it will lie on the y-axis, because on the y-axis we have the number of students. Very easy to understand. It is very direct. So let's do the second question. Upper quartile. The formula for upper quartile is 3n by 4. Since our n is an even number, but if n was not an even number, it would have been 3 into n plus 1 by 4. Okay, so in this case our n is 40, so let us put the value 3 into 40 by 4. That means the answer is 30th term. Okay, 30th term. So from where are we going to take the horizontal line? From 30. Okay, we will draw a horizontal line from 30 to the graph, and from that point where it touches the graph, we are going to draw a vertical line to the x-axis. So let us do it. So we are drawing a straight line from 30 to the graph, and from that point we are now going to draw a vertical line to the x-axis. So this is the point where the upper quartile will lie. So what will be the answer of this point? What is the value of this point? It will be a little more than 15.5, so I'm taking it as 15.6. Okay, so 15.6 is your upper quartile. 15.6, and the median was 14.7. Okay, so over here also you can mention it to be Q3 or Q1, whatever you want, or you can also mention it as Q, just in order to make the examiner understand, or also to make it identifiable. Now the last question of this particular question is, you have to find the number of students who cover a distance which is above 16.5 meter. Now in this question you have to find the answer in terms of the number of students. So the number of students lies on the y-axis. That means in order to find the answer on the y-axis, now we will begin from the x-axis. These are certain tricks which you can remember in order to make these type of questions much more easier. So more than 16.5 meter. So where does 16.5 meter lie? Out here almost. So from here horizontal line. So in this case we are moving upwards and like this. So this is the number of students who have run a distance equal to 16.5 meter. Okay, we are not able to directly find the number of students who have covered a distance more than 16.5 meter. We can just find the less than value, because the ogive which we are using, it is a less than ogive. So the values which we can calculate will always be the less than values. So 35 students is the number of students who have covered a distance less than 16.5 meter. So if the total number of students was 40, and if the number of students who have covered a distance less than 16.5 meter is 35, what will be the required number of students who have covered more distance? Obviously we have to subtract it, so the answer will be 5. So 5 students are present who have covered a distance which is above 16.5 meter. So since in your syllabus you just have less than ogive, you cannot calculate any value which is of the form more than. For that you have to make certain necessary calculations. First we will find the less than value, then we will subtract that value from the total amount. So I hope this question is also clear to you. This question alone can fetch you 6 marks. 2 marks for the ogive and 3 marks for answering the questions. So let's take a break of 2 minutes, drink some water, get refreshed, and then let's begin with the other questions. Okay, then we have another question now with us, which is quite clear that we have to use componendo and dividendo out here. We have to prove this answer. So let's begin. So let us first write x is equal to square root of 2a plus 1 plus square root of 2a minus 1 divided by square root of 2a plus 1 minus square root of 2a minus 1. Okay, so now if we use componendo and dividendo, so let's write using componendo and dividendo, we will have x plus 1 divided by x minus 1 is equal to, don't forget to use componendo and dividendo on both the sides. It's not that you have to just use it on the right hand side, you also have to use it on the left hand side. So in the left hand side we had x by 1, so x plus 1 divided by x minus 1 is what you are going to get after applying componendo and dividendo. So let's do it. So 2a plus 1 plus root 2a minus 1 plus root 2a plus 1 minus root 2a minus 1. This is the numerator. Let us also write the denominator now. So 2a plus 1 inside the square root plus root 2a minus 1 minus square root of 2a plus 1 plus square root of 2a minus 1. So let's see what all can we cancel. We can cancel this and we can also cancel this. So we are left with x plus 1 divided by x minus 1 is equal to 2 into square root of 2a plus 1 divided by 2 into square root of 2a minus 1. So this 2 and 2 gets cancelled out. So we have x plus 1 divided by x minus 1 is equal to square root of 2a plus 1 divided by square root of 2a minus 1. So now we see that there is a square root on the right hand side. So in order to remove the square root, we can do one thing. We can square both the sides. Because by using the square root, we cannot prove what has been asked to us. So in order to remove the square root, we will now square. So you have to write squaring both sides. Squaring both sides. What do you get on the left hand side? You will get x plus 1 whole square divided by x minus 1 whole square. And on the right hand side, you will get 2a plus 1 divided by 2a minus 1. So now we can expand it. So x square plus 1 plus 2x divided by x squared plus 1 minus 2x is equal to 2a plus 1 divided by 2a minus 1. So now we are going to use componendo and dividendo once again in order to find out this expression. So let's do it using componendo and dividendo. So x squared plus 1 plus 2x plus x squared plus 1 minus 2x divided by x squared plus 1 plus 2x minus x squared minus 1 plus 2x is equal to 2a plus 1 plus 2a minus 1 divided by 2a plus 1 minus 2a plus 1. Make sure that you are putting the signs properly, because one sign mistake can lead you to lose many valuable marks. So again we can make some cancellations. This and this gets cancelled out. Then over here, and yes. So now we are left with 2x squared plus 2 divided by 4x is equal to 4a by 2. This is what we are left with. So now let's make the necessary cancellations again. So if we take 2 as common, so we are left with x squared plus 1 divided by 4x is equal to 2a. So 2 and 2 can get cancelled out. So now we have x squared plus 1 is equal to 4ax. What do we have to prove? X squared plus 1 minus 4ax. Okay. So x squared plus 1 minus 4ax equals to 0, and hence we have proved it. This is what was asked. X squared plus 1 minus 4ax is equal to 0. Proved. So you could have also done one thing. Instead of using componendo and dividendo again, you could have simply cross multiplied it. You would have gotten the same answer. But in that case, the calculation could be a little more complicated. So using componendo and dividendo twice just makes it a little more easier. That's all. So I hope this question is also clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 10. This is a question related to AP. So let's do it. So it has been said that that if the sixth term of an AP is equal to 4 times its first term and the sum of the first 6 terms is 75, find the first term and the common difference. So this is a very simple question. If you know the formulas for the nth term and for the sum of n terms, you can very easily find out the values. So let's do it. We know that the nth term will be equal to a plus n minus 1 whole d, where a is the first term and d is the common difference. In this case we have neither the first term and the common difference. So let us begin with assuming let the first term be a and let the common difference be d. So we know that Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 whole d. So in this case, which is our nth term? The sixth term. That means T of 6 is equal to a plus 6 minus 1 whole d. So what is the sixth term? We don't have the value given to us, but we have been said that it is equal to 4 times its first term. So if the first term is a, that means 4 times of a, that means 4a. So 4a is our sixth term. So 4a is equal to a plus 5d. That means 3a is equal to 5d, or you can also write that 3a minus 5d is equal to 0. This is the first equation which we are getting. Is it clear till here? Next, we have been said that the sum of the first 6 terms is 75. So now what is the formula for finding the sum? S of n is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 whole d. This is the formula for finding the sum up to nth terms. So in this case our n is 6. So S of 6, that means the sum of the first 6 terms is equal to 6 by 2. N is 6. So I am putting the value of n as 6. 2a plus n minus 1, that means 6 minus 1 is 5d. So the sum total is given as 75. So 75 is equal to 3 into 2a plus 5d. You can cancel 3 and 75. You will get 25. So you are getting 25 equals to 2a plus 5d. Okay, this is your second equation. So from the first and the second equation, we see that there is a 5d which is present in both. One is in negative form, one is in positive form. So if we subtract equation 1 and 2, we can directly cancel 5d. So let's we will not subtract, we will rather add. So let's do it. So adding 1 and 2. So what do we get? Over here we have 3a minus 5d. So 3a minus 5d equals to 0. And over here we have, so 3a minus 5d equals to 0. And over here we have 2a plus 5d equals to 25. So we get, this will get cancelled out. So we are left with 5a equals to 25. So the value of a is 5. So this is the first term of the AP series. Now using this value of a, putting this value of a in equation 1 or 2, we can easily find out the value of d. I am going to put it in equation 1. You can put it in equation 2 also. So you had the first equation as 3a minus 5d equals to 0. That means 3 into 5 is 15. So 15 minus 5d is equal to 0. If you solve it, you will get the value of d as 3. So the first term is 5 and the common difference is 3. This is what they had asked. A very simple question. If you know the formula for finding out the nth term of the AP series and for finding the sum total of a given number of terms, you can easily do this question. So I guess this question is clear. Now let's move on to the next question. This is a question from the chapter Quadratic Equations. So let's do it. The difference between two natural numbers is 7 and the product is 450. You have to find the respective numbers. A very simple and basic question. So if one of the numbers, let us consider, let one of the numbers be x. So what will be the other number? Their difference is 7. That means x minus the second number is 7. So if you want to find the second number, it will be equal to x. Okay, let one of the numbers be x. The difference of two natural numbers is 7. That means x minus the second number will be equal to 7. So the second number will be equal to x minus 7. Yes, x minus 7 is the second number. Alright. So our numbers come up to x and x minus 7 and their product is given as 450. So let us see how do we do it. So according to the question, their product, that means x into x minus 7 is 450. A very simple calculation. Let us do it. X square minus 7x minus 450 equals to 0. Okay. So now let's solve it. We can use Sridharacharya formula also, or we can also do it directly by using middle term factorization. 5, 10, 5, 2. We need to bring 7. Okay, 5 5s are 25, 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18. Okay, 25 minus 18 is 7. Yeah, 25 minus 18 is 7. Okay, so we have to use 25 and 18. So x square minus 25x plus 18x minus 450 equals to 0. So let's solve it. Let me just erase this. Okay, so if you take x as common from the first two terms, you are left with x minus 25 and you are getting plus 18 out here. So x minus 25 into x plus 18 is equal to 0. So the value of x is 25 or minus 18. Minus 18 is not possible because we have been said that these numbers are natural numbers. So our value of x is 24. So this is the first number and the second number was given as x minus 7. That means 24 minus 7, which will give you the answer as, sorry, not 24, I have mistakenly written as 24. It will be 25. So 25 minus 7, which will give you 18. So the two numbers which we had to find 18 respectively. So we are not taking this negative sign because, once again I am telling it, because we have been already said in the question that these numbers have to be natural numbers. So we cannot take any negative value for them. So I guess this question is also clear. The question number C is not in your syllabus, so I have not included it in the question. Also for question number 11, the first question, question A, is not there in the syllabus, so I have skipped it. So this is the question. From a solid wooden cylinder of height 28 cm and diameter 6 cm, two conical cavities are hollowed out. The diameters of the cone are also 6 cm and height is 10.5 cm, as you can see in the figure already. You have to take pi as 22/7 and then you have to find the volume of the remaining solid. So we have a wooden cylinder whose dimensions are given to you, and from there two cones or two conical surfaces have been taken out. Now we have been asked to find the volume of the remaining part of the solid. So let's do it. So first of all, let's write the dimensions for the cylinder. So let's do, for the cylinder, you have the radius, you have the diameter as 6 cm, that means the radius will be 3 cm, and the height is given as 28 cm. What will be the volume of this cylinder? We know the formula is pi r square h, that means pi into 3 into 3 into 28. Let us leave it till here because later on we can take it out as common and make it simpler. So this is the volume for the cylinder. Now in order to find out the amount of, in order to find out the volume of the structure left, we have to simply subtract the initial volume, that is the volume of the cylinder, from the volumes of the two cones. So now we have found out the volume of the cylinder. We are going to proceed and find out the volume of the two cones. So for the cones, their radius is same, 3 cm. Their height is 10.5 cm. We can write it as 105 divided by 10. That means 21/2 cm. So their volume will be 1/3 pi r square h. So 1/3 pi, r square means 3 into 3 and h means 21/2. So since there are two such cones, I can directly write that the total volume is into 2. We have to simply multiply the volume of one cone with 2 so that we get the volume of both the cones together. Now what do we have? We have to subtract the volume of the cylinder from the volume of the cones. So let us do it. Therefore, volume left, we will have pi into 3 into 3 into 28. Pi into 3 into 3 into 28 minus 1/3 pi into 3 into 3 into, I can cancel 2 and 2 here, into 21. So now we can see that we can take pi, 3 into 3 and 7 as common. So in the first term we are left with 4, and out here we are left with 1/3 into 3, isn't it? So this gets cancelled out, so we are left with pi into 3 into 3 into 7 into 4 minus 1 is 3. So if you solve it further, you are going to get the final answer as 594 centimeter cube. We have to put the value of pi as 22/7 and then we can easily simplify and get the answer. So this question was so very simple. You did not even had to make some necessary calculations because everything could have been done by mathematics, mind mathematics. So never multiply questions in the chapter volume, because a lot of things will either get cancelled out or it will be taken as common and then it will get cancelled out. So always make sure that you are keeping it for the end. Don't calculate initially and make it complicated. So I hope this question is clear to you. Now this particular question, we have done this question in one of the live sessions which I just conducted recently on the chapter trigonometry. So I am asking you guys to do this question by yourself, and if you require help you can check out that live session. I will try to pin down the link of that live session in the comment section. You can also check the live section of my channel and get the video. So this question is basically like a homework for you guys, so I will expect that you are going to do it. So I guess today's lecture was quite fruitful for you, and with this we finished 2020 maths question paper solving. I hope you have understood whatever questions we have done with more questions. I'm going to bring another live session very soon for you guys, for most probably chemistry or physics, and then we are going to move back to mathematics again. So I hope that you don't have any more doubts regarding these questions, but if you do, you can definitely send your doubts in the email given in the comment section or in the description box. So we will meet soon and we will do some more questions later on. Thank you very much for patiently listening to me. Bye bye everybody.